Hey everyone, and welcome. We've got a bit of a special deep dive for you today.
That's right.
We're jumping into something pretty unique from our source material. A totally hypothetical cricket showdown. An epic clash, really.
Oh, yeah. Who are we talking about?
Picture this. Shane Warne, Prime Warne, the Aussie spin wizard,
Okay.
going head-to-head with India's own legend, Captain Cool, MS Dhoni, the ultimate finisher.
Wow. Okay, Warne versus Dhoni. That is an epic hypothetical. So this source material actually pits them against each other.
It does. And, it even predicts who comes out on top in this dream battle.
Right. So our job today, I guess, is to dig into that, unpack what the analysis says about their strengths, their maybe weaknesses too.
Exactly. And figure out the why behind the prediction. Understand the logic.
Cool. Let's do it. Where do we start? Warne.
Yeah, let's kick off with Warne. The source calls him the spin wizard from Australia, which, feels spot on.
Totally. And it mentions the stats, obviously, over 700 test wickets. You just can't ignore that.
You really can't. But the analysis says it was more than just numbers. Yeah. It emphasizes his mastery, the control over leg spin, the deception.
The mind games. That's what I always remember. It talks about his sharp cricketing brain, how he could just, strategically take apart a whole batting lineup.
That ability to turn a match.
Yeah.
One spell. Game changed.
That was Warne, all right. But it makes you think, though, against someone like Dhoni, known for being so mentally tough, would those mind games work as well?
That's a really interesting question. Dhoni faced down plenty of world-class bowlers.
He certainly did.
And the source does keep it balanced. It points out Warne, he wasn't much of a threat with the bat himself.
Fair point. In his captaincy, the analysis mentions it, tactically smart.
But maybe lacked that absolute calm, that finishing power Dhoni became known for.
Which kind of leads us perfectly into MS Dhoni then, India's legendary captain.
Yep. And the source, right off the bat, it zooms in on those key things. Cool under pressure, like ice.
And being the finisher. Feared all over the world. You can't talk Dhoni without talking finishing.
No way. And the analysis connects the dots, right? His explosive batting, the super fast wicket keeping.
Lightning fast, yeah.
And just reading the game so incredibly well. That's what made him such a successful captain, especially in limited overs, according to this analysis.
Yeah, it boils his strengths down to composure, tactical smarts, different style to Warne's, but still brilliant, and that sort of unmatched knack for closing out games.
That last one feels key in this matchup, doesn't it?
Definitely. Although the analysis does raise one point of potential vulnerability.
What's that?
It suggests that sometimes, against really high-quality spin, maybe early on in his innings, he might take a little time to settle.
Okay, I can see that sometimes.
But like in the next breath, it says once he was in, forget about it. Unstoppable, that resilience, that adaptability. That seems key to the whole prediction.
Right, we've seen that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Careful start against spin then. Bang.
Many times. So the big question then.
Yeah, what is the final word from this source? Who wins this fantasy face-off?
Okay, drum roll. The prediction is clear. MS Dhoni will win this.
Dhoni. Okay. And the reasoning, it doesn't just dismiss Warne's skills, surely.
No, not at all. It fully acknowledges Warne's challenge. It says something like, Warne would challenge Dhoni with his guile. But crucially, the finisher's nerves of steel and adaptability give him the edge.
Okay, so it's the mental game. Dhoni's composure and ability to adapt under that specific pressure that Warne brings.
That seems to be the core of it, yeah. Warne's spin is a massive hurdle, no doubt. But Dhoni's mental toolkit, especially in a tight finish, is seen as just slightly better suited to overcome it.
So basically, Dhoni's specific strengths are kind of perfectly matched to counter Warne's specific genius in this head-to-head. It's a fascinating contrast.
It really is. You've got Warne's pure spin artistry versus Dhoni's incredible temperament and finishing power. And this analysis picks temperament.
Makes you think, definitely. And for everyone listening, maybe something to chew on. If we take this hypothetical battle, considering they played in different eras, different formats dominating, what if this was, say, a modern T20 game? High stakes.
Yeah, the format changes things.
Would that change the outcome? Are there other factors, maybe, beyond just spin versus composure, that we haven't touched on from the source that might swing it one way or the other?
That's a great question to leave folks with. Plenty to mull over there.
Where is this ball? Doesn't matter. It's long enough. MS Dhoni's must